The neighbors are saying that Emmanuel will never be found.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Emmanuel Haro's neighbors are speaking out, and they're now saying that due to wildlife and the terrain, their surroundings, that this baby boy may never be found. And yes, guys, we're keeping an eye on this whole case. We're still wanting to know what the heck happened here. Obviously, the most important thing is where is Emmanuel? Where's this little baby? Okay. And we still don't know. We still have not heard any new updates in regards to finding this baby boy. He could be in a landfill. He could be in the Badlands. He could be in the middle of the desert. He could be anywhere at this point, because I still believe that this boy disappeared way before the 14th of August. And of course, police are starting to get behind that theory a little bit more as they start to do more investigation into this case. But one thing is for sure, baby has not been found. One thing is really frustrating about this is that police are out here saying, yeah, we got a general idea of where that baby could be. But I have not heard any reports. Now, of course, I could be wrong. Let me just say that really quick. But I have not heard any reports about this baby about them looking for the baby. I haven't even heard or seen any coverage of police out there combing the areas, trying to find this baby boy. They're saying that they have a general idea, but I don't even see them in the general area of where the idea was given. You see what I'm saying? So it's very frustrating because they have their theories. Of course, they're tacking on this M charge on both Rebecca and Jake, but yet they still do not know where this baby boy is. Even after Jake was out there in the Badlands off the side of that freeway, they still have nothing. And we are on a Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Okay. It's been 2+ weeks now, and they still haven't said anything. Now, their arraignment is supposed to be this Thursday. We're going to be keeping an eye on that, of course. We'll be covering it as well here on the show. But at the same time, still nothing, nada, zilch, zippity doo-dah on where this baby boy is, which is wild. But one thing is for sure, the neighbors are saying some things, which I think is very important to gather here, okay? They're saying that this baby may never be found. Because of the wildlife, because of the terrain, because of the situation that these two monsters, I don't even want to call them parents, but these two monsters, what they did to this baby boy, and they had time, guys. They had time to think about this, and then they discarded that baby like that baby was nothing. So this is some very disturbing stuff. And I don't even know if these two were even respectful enough. I mean, obviously they have no respect, but even respectful enough to even bury the child. That's just my theory, but I could be absolutely wrong. Let's take a look at this, okay? They're saying the neighbors are insisting he'll never be found. And the chilling reason why the parents, these attacks could be hidden, okay? Now, this screams to me Harmony Montgomery. Harmony Montgomery was her life was taken. The Adam Montgomery, her monster of a father, took her remains somewhere, and no one knows where that baby is now, or the remains of that baby is. Now, he still is locked up. He's going to be there for the rest of his natural life. Thank you, baby Jesus. But at the same time, people are still wanting to know, where could Harmony be? This could very well be the same situation. That is true. We may never find or hear about the discovery of Emmanuel ever, which is even more disturbing and even more heartbreaking, because those two plotted, okay? They plotted this stuff, and then they did this. And this part could be the most successful part of the whole thing, hiding the remains. And it could be because of wildlife, which is absolutely insane. Okay, so let's take a look at this, guys. Now, it says here, okay, of course, the neighbor was talking about, I heard they were searching off of the 60, the freeway, okay? But they continue saying there are a lot of coyotes, or coyotes, as some of y'all say. Even though we're here and the mountains are over there, you can hear them as if they're right here. And we're in a more populated area, so you can imagine just driving 5 whole minutes. I don't think the remains will be found, as anyone who has lived here all my life, they are gone. Not only just this area, but if you know all of Riverside and San Bernardino County, there's a lot of open space. And we've seen a lot of the footage, right? Sky view, drone shots, etc. I mean, it is vast. Okay. There's a lot of dirt. There's a lot of area where you can just hide a whole bunch of stuff, anything. Okay. If you didn't want something to be found, I'm pretty sure you could find a way. So it's really sad to hear it, but it's the truth. If you're a local here, you know that baby is gone. So she added, this neighbor said, our community is hoping that they at least recover. But the majority of us know they will likely be nothing. There will likely be nothing to recover. Of course, I mean, this is disturbing. Okay, this is absolutely disturbing. Thinking that wildlife such as coyotes could actually grab these remains and do God knows what, right? Drag it off somewhere, etc. But you'd think that there would be like some remnants of something left behind, right? Bones, etc. I hate to talk about it like that, but there's got to be something, right? It can't all just be gone. Can't be all devoured, for lack of a better term. So the neighbor told this article here that many locals kept to themselves, and the Haro house was also very secluded. Anything could have happened inside those walls. So they said, look how far back the house is. If anything is going on in that house, it's not like anybody here would have heard anything. They have like a half mile before the front door. Yeah, they're pretty much off to themselves. And yeah, if there was screams, if there was any type of anything, any horrific things happening, these neighbors are not going to be able to hear those things, right? A second neighbor echoed her thoughts, saying, everyone here keeps to themselves. We stay out of each other's business. So they could have done whatever they wanted over there. Let's continue on. It's shocking and so sad. And to think the sheriff's station is just down the road, that's pretty wild too. Okay. So again, just to think that there's still, like the fact that these people are so far away from each other, there's a lot that could have been done behind closed doors. These are the moments when I wish like nosy neighbors were around, that they had a nosy neighbor, right? That was always up in their business. I know. We don't like nosy neighbors, all right? But sometimes when it comes to situations like this, you wish that there were nosy neighbors. And also you got to remember the house that went up in flames across the street. Now, I still have the theory that, it was a lab, if you get what I'm saying. And I think that police were around the area way too much. Whoever was running that lab got scared and lit that place on fire. That's what I truly think, right? Trying to get rid of evidence, etc. There may be a connection to the Emmanuel Haro case, but police are saying that there's no connection to it at all. So again, it is just wild how sparse it is in that area and how secluded everyone really is, right? So they aren't wrong with that. The part that really bothers me is not only that this baby boy may never be found, it's also the fact that it's wildlife that could be the thing that is covering up the evidence or getting rid of evidence. And one of the things that's most important is the evidence of this baby boy, right? Because, of course, his body, if they were able to find and recover this body, they would be able to find out exactly what happened. What was his cause of demise? What made him lose his life? Was it what they are theorizing, which is it was a series of several months of attacks? Or was it just one moment where Jake Haro lost his doggone mind and got too violent? We already know that this man has a history of violence. We already know what he has done in the past to that baby, beautiful, precious girl, Promise, right? So it does make you wonder, could it be the same situation, right? Remember, he said all kinds of different things recently. It's hard to gauge what is truth and what is not. And at this point, I feel like they're just pathological liars, and they just keep on making things up as they continue down this case. But again, guys, the fact that they're saying this is a very chilling thought. It's a very scary thought. But it also is a reality that we may have to swallow, right? We may have to fully process this reality that he may never be found. I hate to say it like that, but he may not. If they aren't telling the truth, this kid could be somewhere completely different. And we may never know, which is really, really sad, guys. But anyway, guys, what say you guys about this situation? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button, and we'll talk here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Talk to you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.